A friend of mine has a 1-year-old daughter, truly adorable, called Kyra. Another friend of mine has an 18-month-old son, equally adorable, called Kian. No, Godfrey, don't worry. I'm not trying to play a matchmaker to these young toddlers. Though come to think of it, it will not be a bad idea to give a matrimonial alliance for you young Toastmasters. And those who join the club will definitely get designer names for their little children. Now what Kyra and Kian put me in my mind was of the names that people are being called these days. Kyra and Kian, what do they really mean? Nothing at all. I know a few other designer names which I'd like to share with some Toastmasters like Sanjay, but I'm sure Bharat, and of course Srujana and Prabhu. I've known a Vivan, a Mona and a Anya. I've known a Tanvishi and a Tanvi. All of them don't mean anything at all. Interestingly, parents are giving their children unconventional made-up names which do not belong to any cultural language, any traditional culture, and they can fit into any cosmopolitan arena. I asked my mother, why have you given me such a common name, Mohan? Do you know how many Mohans are there in this world? I tried to Google out. No answer. Well, I can tell you one such name. I've heard of a lot of Rekhas. I've heard a lot about Rakis. But this one name, I've not known anybody else have this name, which is none other than Rikia. I think she has had, or her parents had exclusive rights for this name. Moving on with my speech. I just entered my office the other day when my guard on gate duty shouted, "Bhagwan ji, aap kahan hai?" Surprised at the existential dilemma, I paused and then made to move on. When I heard him shout an octave louder, "Bhagwan ji, where are you?" This time, to my surprise, a voice answered, "I am here." I stood stupefied till I saw Bhagwan ji turn round the corner and appear before my eyes. I guessed my security agency had appointed a new security guard called Bhagwan. I wondered what his parents must have thought when they named him Bhagwan. After all, being called Bhagwan is no small responsibility. And the guy must be going through a hell living up to that responsibility. My driver is called Dave, which is another generic term for God. I was happily calling him Dave all these days, till one day I heard my wife call him, "Will you take me for a drive to the supermarket?" And I protested, "This is getting too romantic." This is not as bad as the trouble my mother-in-law has with the domestic help. She just becomes delirious when she has to utter her maid's name. Do you know the reason, Sachin? She justifies to call him Mali, insisting that he does some gardening work for me. Reason, the guy's name is Premi. And mother-in-law cannot come in terms to call her lover. This is not. My sister has another problem. She has a servant called Ramu. Now, she has changed Ramu's name to Chotu, saying, "How can I scold a man with Lord's name? What about if I'm angry and a bad word escapes?" And I told her, if this guy, big 6 feet 2 height, is Chotu. I really wonder what Big B would be. In the past, my grandmother used to talk of a show and tested mythology that Punjabi women resorted to ensure that the next child after the girl would be a boy. She would say, just name the child girl Neena. Now, Nee is a way of addressing a girl in Punjabi. And what is Na? No. So she said, just name the girl Neena. That's girl, no. And the next child will be a boy. In Bengal, there's a tradition called Dakna. You all know that. Any more Bengalis besides Rukia? So it's very obvious that the Daknas really become very, very enthusiastic, and they are more better known as, they become more known than the real names. Some of the names which you wouldn't like to know are, some of the dark names which you don't like to know, wouldn't like to know are Poncho, flat nose, Piancha, owl-like, Panchu, crooked face, Bhuto, ghost. But then way back, men had it no better. Due to high infant mortality rates, parents were always scared of losing their male child, especially sons. So they would name the child Kalia, Kala, Kachra. The evil eye would be warded off, but the man would remain with his evil name throughout his life. Does your name have an impact on your destiny? I'm not the right person to answer. Astrologers can answer this question with more credibility. Sunita Chabra says, when our country was called Bharat, it numerologically added to 23, which indicated our country is a golden bird, and it was known as Sone Italia. Now that it's called India, it numerologically adds to 28, which denotes rise and fall over and over again. In the Indian context, the last name generally denotes a family name or name of a profession or a caste. It's the first name you can choose for yourself. Does the name have impact? Does your name have the impact on the type of person you are? I'm not sure, but I feel it reveals the type of person your parents want you to be. How can you be Anmol and not be really exclusive for Bangalore Toastmasters Club? How can you be really Rajdeep and not rule over the District 82 candidates at a function? And finally, how can I not be Mohan and be attracted by all you wonderful people over here? Over to you, Madam.